race on sand to the field fringed hillside as you walk this land.
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Ninebarrow HQ and welcome to episode 4 of Ninebarrow Wandering Minstrels.
It's lovely to have you back here. I think it's been too long, hasn't it? It's been quite a few months since we last invited you here.
Yeah, we've missed you. We've missed you guys. We've been pretty busy running some walking holidays this summer, hence why we've been a little quieter. But my goodness, our last episode was in May, which seems like a lifetime ago. So we hope you're having a great summer.
And if it's your first time here, welcome, an extra special welcome to you guys, because we had this particular idea for putting something like this together at some point last year as a way of getting our fabulous digital community, shall I say, all together to have an evening of fun and to explore the landscapes and the history and the folklore of the places that, well, they tickle our fancy, basically. And so we hope you like them too.
Well, here you go. That wasn't on the script. Yes, so I've completely lost my place.
Sorry.
Tickle your fancy.
Gotta tickle something.
Jeez Louise. And yes, we will also meet some fascinating people along the way. And of course, there will be live performances. Some of them from concerts past, but some of them au naturel,
Naturel, yeah, you got it right.
Naturel? We
Yes.
talked about this before we did it. It was in naturel.
Au natural.
Au natural. Au natural, Rodney. Well, anyway, they're going to be outside.
So, without more messing around, shall we actually get on with the show and tell people what's coming up this evening?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
We head out to one of Purbeck's most secluded bays and then strike inland onto Godlingston Heath in search of the rare and secretive Dartford Warbler.
And as always, we'll sing you some songs along the way.
Back in the studio, we catch up with the fabulous Christina Alden and Alex Patterson to chat about their superb new album, Hunter. Oh, and they'll be playing us an exclusive live track from it too.
And we'll be delving into the Ninebarrow gig archive to bring you something from there.
And we'll also be sharing a track from our episode 4 mixtape, accompanied by some superb photography supplied by our very own Barrowbods. So I do believe it's time to head over to Purbeck to get this show on the road.
So here we are, stood on the shores of the lovely and secluded Bramblebush Bay, not far from the entrance to Poole Harbour.
Yes, and behind us here you can see the largest of the harbour's islands, and that's Brownsea. Now, Poole Harbour just so happens to be the largest natural harbour in Europe and probably the second largest in the world. although there is some debate about that.
Yes,
actually.
but regardless, it covers around 36 square kilometres, but it's actually really quite shallow in depth, with an average depth of just under 50 centimetres. But it's got a huge history of human settlement stretching all the way back to pre-Roman times.
Yeah, indeed. In episode 2, we took you to Abbotsbury, which in AD 43 saw the beginnings of the Roman conquest of Britain. Well, part of the Roman fleet also landed here in Poole Harbour and established a settlement at what is now Hamworthy on the western side.
But despite the Roman influence, Poole remained a pretty small fishing village, really, until about the 15th century, when it became an important port for the export of wool. And then over the next 200 years, Poole's trading links continued to grow, and by the 17th century, it had forged strong ties with North America and, in particular, Newfoundland.
Yeah, and it was actually the salt cod trade between Poole and the New World that saw the town develop into an increasingly wealthy area. And it's pretty amazing to think that at the start of the 19th century, 90% of Poole's population was directly dependent on the harbour for their living.
But over the remainder of the century, that began to drop away pretty massively with the advent of the railways. They became more important, and then the larger boats, not really being able to cope with 50 centimetres of depth, they moved along the coastline a bit to Southampton Harbour.
Yeah. So it's just after low tide here, and we're going to take the opportunity to follow the shoreline for a mile or so before we head inland onto Godlingston Heath and to go in search of the enigmatic Dartford Warbler. Now, there's parts of this route that are actually only passable when the tide's low, which kind of makes the whole walk feel even more special, really. It takes a little bit of planning. You can't just turn up and hope for the best, or you are going to end up with slightly wetter feet than we've already got, actually.
You can hear the mud squelching at the moment, yes. John's ended up in the mud on more than one occasion on this particular walk.
I have. Well, we'd best hope that doesn't happen today, because losing a shoe is one thing, losing your tenor guitar is entirely another. So
best tread carefully.
I think we'd best tread carefully. Right, let's get going.
Hour after hour, the Benna sits in her room with a one tallow candle. She works in the gloom. She works with an AK. Even spring can't dispel the best in the county. All but one she will sell. Each day she runs at the setting of the sun, with a hope in her heart as the shadows grow long. To the chapel she goes, past the fields and the barn, and she offers the stone the best of her charm.
It's just such a peaceful walk along this part of the inner harbour. You do get the odd family setting up for a nice quiet day on the beach, but the further along you come from the ferry road, well, the fewer people you meet.
Now, we're standing on a natural promontory called Redhorn Quay. Now, there's not a huge amount of evidence to suggest that this was ever an actual working quay, apart from this standalone old hulk slowly rusting away here.
Yeah. In the 19th century, there were clay, sand and gravel pits on Studland Heath behind us here. And it is thought that this was the spot from which all of that was loaded into boats and transported out into the proper harbour. And it was this little spit that allowed those boats to get close enough to do that loading.
Now, originally, we'd not give you a song this early on in the show, but the one rule that we have about these shows is that, well, we make the rules. It's quite a nice position to be in, actually, isn't it?
It's splendid. We do whatever we like. It's amazing. So the eagle-eyed amongst you who watched episode 3 might well have noticed that we managed to play our harmonium in a 12th century chapel that didn't have any electricity. Well, that is because we have invested in a battery generator, which means that basically we can plug in that harmonium and play wherever we like. So we are carrying our beloved harmonium, Louisiana, in a rather large backpack, which is just out of shot here, along with that generator. So give us a couple of ticks, we'll get her legs on, and we'll give you a song.
Come, O ye British men of war, that love your native land, and love your joy in the victory. Lord Exmouth gives command. Lord Exmouth does his rights maintain, as you shall quickly see. We fought like many lions bold to set old England free. So come, all you British tars, and maintain your glorious name. May you always leave Lord Exmouth, though, to lead you over the main. Oh, the first port side we gave to them, we took them by surprise. We shot away their ensign staff, and down their colours lie. That's very well done, our captain cried. That's bravely done, cried he. Prime them well, and show them British play. So come, all your tars, be steady, and maintain your glorious name. May you always leave Lord Exmouth, though, to lead you over the main. Oh, the next port side we gave to them, we struck 'em such a wonder. Then lower yards, their main topmasts came clattering down like thunder. That's very well done, our captain cried. That's bravely done, cried he. Come, load your guns, we'll prime them well, and show them British play. Oh, now that we have won the glory, let us drink a glass of wine. And if you will drink to your true love, then I will drink to mine.
Lord Exmouth. Oh, hope you can hear us over the bluster.
Yes, I very nearly fell off my chair at that point.
I saw something out of the corner of my eye.
Struck 'em such a wonder.
Struck 'em such
I
a
nearly
wonder.
fell off my chair.
Oh, well, that would have been great. Imagine the blooper reel after that one. Oh, wow, how lovely. So we are gonna get her, well, she's gonna get legless again, old Louisiana.
We're gonna stretch our legs.
She's gonna put her top back on as well. Her top had to come off, otherwise there's a bit of a barrier. All sorts of
Innuendo?
well, innuendo and inappropriateness from the harmonium today. We're going to head about half a mile down the coast. Tide's well out now, so we'll be able to get round the beach here. And then we're going to head onto Godlingston Heath to, well, to capture the, well, not to not to actually capture
No.
the Dartford Warbler.
There's laws
but
against that.
I think there are laws against that. We're going to capture on video, and if not on video, hopefully on audio. It's a bit blustery today. I'm a little concerned they may be hiding, but we'll do our best. We're going to go and try and find the Dartford Warbler.
You who amble, you who drift, may your views be clear and your storms pass swift over heath and moorland, forested track, climbing stile and hedge, will bear wind at your back.
So we've now properly left the shoreline behind, and we're now on the glorious Godlingston Heath.
Yes, you can see to the south. We've got the Purbeck Ridge now running east to west. We've got Ballard Down over there, which eventually turns into Ninebarrow Down over there.
And this is one of the largest areas of unspoiled lowland heath that survives in Dorset now. And it's also an area recognised as internationally important.
Yes, it is. There's a really wide variety of habitats here. We've got sand dunes and peat bogs. There's the freshwater lagoon of Littlesea to the northeast over there. And there are also alder and willow carr as well, which are a type of waterlogged woodland.
And not only that, but all 6 species of native British reptile are found here as well, including the smooth snake and the sand lizard, which are both pretty rare.
Yes, they are. And at dusk, you'll be able to hear the call of nightjars. And during the day, we hope we'll be able to hear or possibly even see the Dartford Warbler.
Yeah, John's long had a fascination with the Dartford Warbler, and I'm not entirely sure how it came to be so intense, to be honest, but I think it probably stems all the way back to when he was at middle school and the bird was incorporated onto his school logo.
Yeah, it's a bird that can now be found on many of the heathlands around Dorset. But there was a time, and it wasn't that long ago, when there were only a handful of mating pairs left in the UK after the population crashed during 2 particularly bad winters that arrived back to back in the 1960s.
Yeah, and this little trooper doesn't migrate as many other birds do to escape the winter, so it has to suffer through and hunker down in the British winters. And it hides in its little heathland home, combing the gorse for nibbles until spring comes around again.
Yes, now look, many of you know that we've written a song about the Dartford Warbler, and it's called Nestledown. Now, it'll come as no surprise that we are planning on singing it a little later.
Yeah, but first we'd kind of like to find one, so I think we'd better scooch.
Yes, yep, scooch, I like that. Scooch. What is it? Is that what a scooch looks like?
Day after day, she takes brass wire and bone, coiling and honing, she works on alone.
So, despite being very quiet, we still haven't managed to capture a Dartford Warbler on camera. We thought we saw one disappear into the gorse, but it didn't make a noise, so we couldn't be sure.
No, so we're gonna sing you a song, but we won't sing Nestledown just yet. We really want to play it once we've actually seen, or at least heard, one of those lovely birds.
And if we cannot capture one on camera, we are determined to capture the sound of one on this microphone. So we'll see if we can kind of raise our game in the second half. But for now, we're going to sing you a William Barnes poem put to music, and it's called Coming Home.
As clouds did ride with hasty flight, and woods did sway upon and blades of grass that shake below, the hedgerow brambles swinging bough. I come back home where winds did swell in boughs along woody glades, on primrose beds in windy shades, to early stark tree dell. The hills do screen, the timbers bow, the trees do screen the leases brow. The timber shaded leaves do bear that beaten path that we do wear. The path do stripe, the leases side, to willows at the river's edge, where Huffland winds did shake the sedge, and sparkling waves did glide. And as the river bend by bend do drain our mead and market send, the hanging leaves do take our cows, and trees do shade 'em with their boughs, and I the quicker beat the road to see a coming into view, still greener from the skyline's blue, more early our abode.
Coming on.
Coming on.
And a little impromptu kind of duetty thing there where Jay hits the instruments in time to the music.
Not normally allowed to do that, actually.
No. we usually have a stomp box. And actually, we also usually have harmonium on that one, but it's the other harmonium. And frankly, there's no way we're going to lug both of them around this walk.
Definitely not.
One is heavy enough. Well, that's it for the first half. We're going to hand back to John and Jay in the studio. Yes, join us a little later and see if we can find one of these elusive little birds.
Will the other John and Jay find the elusive Dartford Warbler? Tune in later to find out.
I love this kind of like leaning towards the camera to build the tension up.
It's a thing.
Well, it is a thing, most definitely. But you're not going to have to wait long to find out, so not too much tension. Wherever you're tuning in from this evening, do let us know in the comments. We always love seeing those after the show. Yes, comments fingers, yes. Yeah, whether you're tuning in via YouTube and chatting there, or perhaps whether you are taking part in one of our epic Barrowbods Facebook group chat threads.
They're pretty epic.
They are quite epic. If you're not a member of the Barrowbods, we've got nearly 2,000 members now, which is just incredible. Everybody sharing photos, snippets of their adventures, whatever they're getting up to this summer.
It's a lovely little community.
It is.
Yes.
And if you're not a part of it and you'd like to be, just Google it and you'll be welcomed in with open arms. Yes,
Absolutely.
indeed.
So, what's next, John?
What's next? Well, we decided when we put the concept for these shows together that we didn't really want them to just be about Ninebarrow, because, well,
You can have too much of a good thing.
you can.
Apparently.
You can certainly have too much because it's just boring, isn't it? It's just boring us going on about us. So we decided pretty quickly that we wanted to use them as a platform to introduce you to some of the music that we love and some of our friends on the folk scene. And that's what we're going to do now.
That is it. So for this episode, we've got a real treat for you because a little earlier we caught up with the wonderful Christina Alden and Alex Patterson for a little chat.
Yes, indeed. They wowed our guests at our most recent walking holiday.
As part of the trio of Alden, Patterson and Dashwood.
Yes, they perform as a trio as well. But we're going to be chatting just to Christina and Alex today. And, well, before we show you that interview, why don't you have a listen to the beautiful sound that these two make together.
I'm a hunter now, 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 I'm a hunter now.
Christina Alden and Alex Patterson.
Hello.
It's lovely to see you guys. How are you?
We're good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So look, the first question I have for you, and it's probably the natural question to kind of ask any musician who's currently experiencing a global pandemic. How has the last 18 months been for you guys?
It's been weird, to say the least, really. It's probably been similar to a lot of people, I suppose, that are in events and performing and stuff. It's kind of quite a shock going from doing 100 gigs a year to none.
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty scary. We had about 2 or 3 weeks where it was just constant emails of, we're really sorry, but we're going to have to cancel your gig. And lots of other friends that are musicians were just like, is this happening to you guys as well? We're like, yeah, yes it is.
I kind of think it was worse as as we went into the pandemic, because it kind of felt like it was never going to end, and we were never going to get back to what we did before. And I think that sort of loss of identity was quite difficult.
You guys have managed to do some live streaming, haven't you? I mean, how's that been for you?
Yeah, it's weird.
In summary, it's weird. It was really nice to be able to play music to people, but it isn't the same as having fleshy humans in front of you. You know.
I think also that trying to look on the positive, we were really lucky. We made an album, and like you guys, we're together, so we were able to share those and do those things together. I think it would have been much harder on our own and much harder for lots of other people. So we
we were lucky in that respect.
So one of the other things that we like to ask our guests in these interviews is, how did you get into the world of folk music? Are you kind of natives of Planet Folk, or was it a kind of trip and a stumble and a tumble down the hill and you woke up covered in leaves in a wonderful world of folk music? How did you get into it?
I like that second option. We both grew up in musical households. My mum was in a folk band when I was a kid, just with her friends, and did like fetes and things. So we grew up, me and my brother, in just a musical household, and music was quite a big part of our lives.
My mum did clog dancing with the Morris side, so I used to go to like pub sessions and things. There's pictures of me playing fiddle for the Morris dancers when I was about 7 or 8 or something.
Oh, the photos are so cute.
I grew up.
So cute.
I guess
Tiny fiddle.
I had more of a connection to the actual sort of the UK folk scene, and that my dad booked gigs in our local village hall, and so I grew up going to those folk gigs and Towersey Folk Festival and things like that.
Would it be fair to say, I mean, people might not be aware that you got a pretty amazing opportunity within your trio, which is Alden, Patterson, Dashwood, to go and support Show of Hands on a 23-date tour across the UK. I mean, that must have been pretty awesome.
It was very exciting. We know Phil and Steve.
I've known them since I was
since you were a kid. But we were staying with Phil. He put us on at his local pub. Was it the Bridge?
Yeah, Bridge
Bridge
and
pub.
Topsham. Yeah.
We played there and we stayed with him and we were like, you know, Phil, if you ever need a support band,
So that's
you know, keep us in mind. And he was like, well, maybe in a couple of years, we'll see. And then we got this call. It must have been in October.
It was just luck. Miranda got pregnant, and it meant that she had to drop out the tour. And then they decided they wanted a support band. And what was sort of special about that tour was doing 23 dates, or whatever it was, night after night after night
Of massive venues.
Of these massive venues.
It was a dream come true.
It was
really.
amazing,
It was-
yeah. And then we had to go back to playing folk clubs in front of 35
Yeah, we
people.
like just played Union Chapel, and then you're like down the road at a folk club with like 20 people.
But that's the beauty.
Brings
of,
you back down to earth.
but that's the beauty of it too, because those gigs where there is, you really connect when there's just 35 people and you're playing acoustic, and so I do value those gigs too.
You can see the whites of the eyes of everybody staring right at you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we've already alluded to, we've mentioned already your debut album, which is called Hunter. It's absolutely wonderful, and it's been garnering some very well-deserved, fantastic reviews. So was it a lockdown project? Was this all born out of being stuck in a house with not a lot to do, or was this something that had been done already and just waiting to go until you could launch it properly? Or
Yeah, it was kind of, we'd always wanted to make a duo album. We've been a couple for over 9 years now, so we'd been playing music for that whole time, but just with, you know, like with touring and everything, there's not really that much time to be creative, and especially record and all of the other stuff. So yeah, it was kind of like a happy coincidence, I guess, that the lockdown gave us a lot of time to do that, and we'd had some of these songs in the pipeline for a while, but we just haven't had any time to record them, even think about an album, and it was really nice to kind of, you know, work on something positive out of such a rubbish time.
You must be so thrilled with how it's been received. I mean, it's been getting airplay on Radio 2 and all sorts of other places. But it's quite, I mean, in terms of the project itself, am I right in saying that you hand print every single one of the albums? Is that right?
Yeah, we do actually literally everything. So, which sounds a bit
Amazing.
like, you know,
I
boasting, but we actually do. I mean, that's the only, we've always done that.
Go on,
even with
Alex,
the
hold it
APD
up, hold it up
albums.
again. Let's get a longer look at it. So this is like, is that a lino print?
Yeah, so I made a lino print and then I turned that into a rubber stamp. And then we have a big
Amazing.
ink pad.
That's so
and we
cool.
stamp every
That's so
single
cool.
one.
We applaud
Yeah.
the whole hands-on thing. It's it
Thanks.
takes a lot of effort, but when people get it, it's not just a musical piece of artwork; it's a literal piece of artwork as well.
It's a nice keepsake, and you do get all of the notes, and yeah, like you say, you get a bit of artwork as well. So it's kind of it's a bit extra that you get if you want the CD. It's something that you won't get from online or from streaming. So I think that was also it's just very us, isn't it? Homemade.
So, guys, final question: what does this autumn hold? Are you heading out on tour? Are you beginning to start to get back to three-dimensional gigs?
Yeah, so we've got quite a few things coming up in September. I can't tell you what they are off the top of my head, but they'll all be on the website. But we've still got festivals to come. We've got trio gigs, we've got duo gigs. We're kind of taking most of October off, just have a little break, and then November is packed with gigs. So it's pretty
Excellent.
exciting. It's nice to be playing in front of people.
What a lovely phrase to finish the interview on. Packed with gigs, which is definitely something we've not heard for quite some time. So that's lovely to hear. I think I'm right in saying you guys are going to treat us to a live performance. Is it something from the new album?
It is, yeah. We're going to sing you. We've got lots of songs about animals, so we're going to sing you one of those. It's called The Greenland Shark, and it was inspired by the Greenland shark. We read an article about it, and it can apparently live up to 500 years old, which we thought was very impressive. So, yeah, wrote a song about it.
So this is where we have to give the guys a little bit of time to get their instruments set up. But here they are, singing The Greenland Shark from their new album, Hunter.
500 years I sound these seas calling, calling
Christina Alden and Alex Patterson. How superb was that?
Wonderful. So if you guys want to find out a bit more about their music or to buy a copy of their brand new album Hunter, head on over to ChristinaAldenandAlexPatterson.com. We'll put a little link in the comment section for you below so you don't have to remember how to spell it. It's just there for you.
So, over the last 18 months, we've put on, oh my goodness, is it
It's a number.
11
It's a large
concerts?
number.
I think it's 11 live streams now. And at the end of last year, we spent quite a lot of time building something quite exciting at the heart of the Ninebarrow website, and we called it the Concert Archive. And basically, it's a platform that allows people to go back and experience some of our most, well, I suppose our favourite live streams that we've put on over the last year or so. Whether they just want to experience them again or whether they missed them the first time round. The bonus of the archive is that you get to keep them forever. You can stream them whenever you like. They don't expire, they don't disappear.
Yes, and the other nice thing about them is that most of them are in substantially higher quality than we were able to broadcast on the night because of all the issues with bandwidth. When you're trying to broadcast something live, there are certain limitations.
Yeah, we do have a bit of limitations with the bandwidth, but when we film them in Ultra HD, which means that the Concert Archive versions, many of them are in 4K, which means if you're watching them on your telly, you can see all of our wrinkles in high definition. So there's something to check out.
The newest edition is certainly not one of the exceptions to the rule. Does that make sense?
The new one is not one of the exceptions to the rule.
No, it follows the current rule that we are putting more things in higher quality. That's what I'm trying to say.
I think there might have been a double negative in there. It's a higher quality one, everybody. It's in 4K. Our album launch that we broadcast back in March, I think this is what you were trying to
This is what I was trying to say, yes.
Our album launch. We recorded it at the beautiful St James's Church in Old Town Pool. We got on board our good mate Andrew Marsh, who designed some incredible lighting for it. And we thought we'd share a track.
The clouds that yesterday did hide the sun, be all blown aside, and in the light no longer dim, do shine the ivy that do climb the tower side, the enna stem, and holly bushes in between. The leafless thorns be bright and green, to sunshine in the winter. The trees that yesterday did twist in winds of driving rain and mist, do now throw shades out long and still, and roaring waterfalls do fill their whirling pools below the hill, and with a foot upon the stile, the rambling couple pause to smile at sunshine in the winter. The birds do shake with playful skips, the raindrops off the bushes' tips are chirruping with merry sound. Down below upon the ground the wind do whirl round and round, so softly that the day do seem more like a summer in a dream, and sunshine in the winter. dead of winter's long since fall, with snow along upon the ground, or floods broke all the bridges down, or wind and healed half the town. The tales of old times long ago, but never dare to think upon the sunshine of their winter. For now today no brook can run, no hill can face the winter sun, no leaves can fall, no flowers can fade, no snow can hide the grass's blade, no frost can whiten in the shade, no day can come but what do bring to mind again their early spring that's now turned to winter.
Oh, so there you have it. Sunshine in the winter.
Sunshine, yeah, sunshine. There's a bit of a thing here, right? Because it is sunshine in the winter on the album,
Yes.
but William Barnes's poem, and it was our publicist Jane Brace, the mighty Jane Brace. Whenever I send her any post, I introduce like an extra word in between her name. It's like
Inimitable.
inimitable Jane Brace. Yes, that's a good one. That'll be on the next one, Jane. Yeah, she sent us a message saying, "You guys have put it as sunshine in the winter on all of your album artwork, but you do realise that the poem is sunshine in the winter." And my response to that was, "No, it's not." Oh.
Kind of is.
Oh, yes, it is. We've just kind of, that's the living tradition though, isn't it? You kind of learn something and then it evolves. Anyway,
Mutates.
bit of useless information for you there, but Jane points out lots of our mistakes. Some of them minor, some of them quite major.
Glaring.
Like that, glaring errors.
Right.
So, the
Next.
next. The second half, I think, is next, Jay. Thanks. So we're going to head back to Godlingston Heath, and we're going to find out. Well, do the boys manage to spot, or if not spot, at the very least hear a Dartford Warbler? Let's take a look.
Welcome back to Godlingston Heath, everyone. We've arrived at the top of Black Down.
Yes, we love this walk for lots of reasons, but there is something quite cheeky about getting a really stupendous view without really having to work too hard for it.
Yeah, there definitely is. It's a pretty easy saunter up here, but it doesn't matter how many times we get to this view. It's always breathtaking.
It is. There is just so much to see. You can see the Isle of Wight from just around the corner here. We've got Studland Bay. There's the freshwater lake of Littlesea. There's Poole Harbour, Godlingston Heath, Newton Heath, Rempstone Heath, Brownsea Island.
Okay, John, yeah, we get it. There's a lot to see up here. It's really beautiful.
It's exciting, right? Are you not excited? But look, there's one more thing. And it's a really odd one, because just down there, you can just see it at the edge of the shot. In the middle of Godlingston Heath, there is a whacking great big lump of sandstone. And it looks like it's just been dropped there by some kind of giant, and it's just totally incongruous with the rest of the landscape. And it is called the Agglestone.
Shall we go and have a look?
Let's see if we can find some Dartford Warblers down there.
You scramble, you stroll at the outdoors into feed your soul with the glint of winter and the promise of spring. Bright swallows in summer and the auburn autumn rain.
And here it is, Hagglestone Rock, or the Devil's Anvil as it's also called. So it's a 400-ton lump of sandstone. Now it's not a sarsen stone or anything placed here by prehistoric man, but it is a natural tor, albeit quite an unusual one, and it might have had some human activity shaping it over the years, potentially.
Yeah, I mean, before erosion took its toll on the stone, it did used to be shaped like an anvil, and you can still find photographs showing it that way. Legend has it that the devil sat on the needles of the Isle of Wight.
Ouch.
Yes, ouch, sounds
painful.
painful, doesn't it? Threw it with the intention of hitting Corfe Castle. Well, he missed, clearly.
Yeah, his aim was off. But anyway, nowadays, it's a pretty popular spot for people to test out their climbing skills. And we've seen a couple of people having a go.
We're not going to attempt it with the
Not
gear,
today.
I don't think. And it's probably too noisy here and probably still too windy for our mate, the Dartford Warbler. I hate to break it to you, everybody, but we are running out of time. There's not much of the walk left, so we're keeping everything crossed. We're going to be particularly quiet in the next section. Hopefully we will be able to catch one.
You who ramble, you who range, may the hills you love always be unchanged, and the map and compass always guide you down when the sun's in the west and your path is homeward bound.
Okay, we've struck gold because we're just coming down here and we have heard them here before, and we've just seen one disappear off into that gorse. And listen. Amazing. I think that's picking it up quite clearly. We won't know until we get home because it's so windy. Jay's trying to do it handheld. I think it's deep. But hey, how about that? We didn't manage to get one on camera, but we managed to get it on the old microphone, which is pretty exciting, to be honest.
Oh, we never get bored of spotting a Dartford Warbler, do we, John?
We don't.
No, it always feels like a real treat, even though their population is thankfully far healthier these days, particularly in strongholds like this one.
Yes, it's funny. I mean, when we wrote our song Nestledown, we'd fully intended it really to be solely about the Dartford Warbler. But in the writing, it started to become pretty clear to us that we had quite a lot in common with this little bird.
Yeah, we live right next to another equally splendid piece of heathland on the other side of the harbour, and we've loved exploring it over the last 5 or 6 years since we've lived around there. And, you know, like the Dartford, we also suffer a bit during the shorter days.
We do, definitely. And I think with the lockdowns of last winter, we were all pining for the longer days, probably even more than normal.
So like many of our songs, Nestledown is about the turning of the seasons and of looking forward to the summer, to that time when you can lift your face to the sun and sing your little heart out once again.
Ah, yes. And talking of singing little hearts out, I feel like now we've actually found a Dartford Warbler. We can, in good conscience, go and find a spot somewhere a little further down the track.
Out of the wind.
Out of the wind, where we're not going to disturb any wildlife. And let's go and sing this song.
Yeah, let's do it.
Gathering clouds high and low, cold as the shadows grow. Look with your red snow in the air. Oh, so nestle down deep, my love. We'll wait while the lights roll on. Here where we both sweet yellow flowers in bloom on the dark green room. Eyes are jewels out of sight, pale, smooth and glossy white. There's warmth in the air above, but nestle down deep, my love. Wait while the days roll on. Here where we both belong. Songs through the hot day's light, fledglings in glowing flight, low across some bay sand, sprites of this unknown land. There's life in the air above, so lift up your head, my love. We'll sing while the days live long, here where we both belong. There's life in the air above, so lift up your head, my love. We'll sing while the days live long, here where we both belong.
Oh, stone chats in the background, I think, popping gorse, but no Dartford Warbler accompanying us. Oh,
Never
look,
mind.
that's the end of another ramble around Dorset. We really hope you've enjoyed it. There's still more to the show, though.
Yes.
So we'll hand back to the other Jay and John in the studio, and we'll see you soon.
Oh, what a lovely day out that was. I think Godlingston Heath is pretty much one of my favourite spots in Purbeck.
It is a splendid place.
Gorgeous.
Amazing views, very little effort. It's a good combination, I think.
So, I think we've got one more little featurette for you this evening.
One
Little
final segment. It's time to share the Ninebarrow mixtape. This is another section where we try and veer away from Ninebarrow a little bit and bring in some other music that we love to listen to. There's been themes for some of these mixtapes in the past. No particular theme today. If this is your first time joining us, you might be saying, what on earth is this? Well, we create an hour's worth of music in a Spotify playlist that goes with this episode. You can access that from the Ninebarrow website, from the Minstrels section of the Ninebarrow website, and you can even search in Spotify for Ninebarrow Wandering Minstrels, and all of the playlists will come up. And basically they are just 60 minutes of music that we love listening to. All of it's got a folky slant, but not all of it is. Not all of it is hardcore folk.
But this one's rather folky, I'd say. This is by the great Jack Rutter. We last saw him play this particular song, where was it? Trinity
Folk Festival in Guildford.
Getting on
Cracking
for a couple
festival,
of years ago
yeah.
now. Wonderful festival.
He's got a great voice, has Jack Rutter, and we don't normally do this, but we're going to share his song, Hey John Barleycorn. And the reason we're going to share that is because we heard him sing it, and in the best folk tradition, we decided that we would quite like to do a version of it as well, which we obviously did on the most recent album. But his version is quite different to ours, and we thought you guys might like having a listen. And well, as has become a bit of a tradition now, this song is going to be matched perfectly to a selection of photos that have been submitted by our very own Barrow Bods.
Thank you, Barrow Bods.
Thank you, Barrow Bods, on the subject of harvest. That was it. That's all we said. Submit photos. It could be harvest in the field. It could be your own harvest in your garden, your veg patch. So here's Jack Rutter and the Barrow Bods.
John Barleycorn is a hero bold as any in the land. For ages good his fame has stood and shall forever stand. The whole wide world respects him, no matter friend or foe. And where they be that makes too free, be sure to lay them low. Hey John Barleycorn, oh John Barleycorn, old and young thy praises sung. John Barleycorn. To see him in his pride of growth, his robes are rich and green. His head is speared with goodly beard, fit nigh to serve the Queen. And when the harvest time comes around and John is stricken down, he'll use his blood for England's good and Englishmen renown. Hey John Barleycorn, oh John Barleycorn, old and young thy praises sung. John Barleycorn. The lord in courtly castle, the squire in stately home, the great of name, of birth and fame, to John for succour come. He bids the troubled heart rejoice, gives warmth to nature's cold, makes weak men strong and old men young, and all men brave and bold. Hey John Barleycorn, oh John Barleycorn, old and young thy praises sung. John Barleycorn. Then shout for great John Barleycorn, don't heed the luscious vine. I have no mind, much charm to find in a potent draught of wine. Give me my native nut brown ale, all other drinks I'll scorn. For English cheer is English beer, our own John Barleycorn. Hey John Barleycorn, oh John Barleycorn, old and young thy praises sung. John Barleycorn, hey John Barleycorn, oh John Barleycorn, old and young thy praises sung. John Barleycorn.
Thank you once again to all you wonderful Barrowbods for sending in all of your photos. It really, really keeps us going, having a little flick through all of those photos.
Pleasure.
It's wonderful.
And if we haven't managed to include yours, we're really sorry. There's a limit in a 3 or 4 minute song. We think we maxed out at about 70.
Yes, we'd need the entire playlist to actually show all of your photos. So,
But thank you for taking the time to send them over to us.
so I think that's it.
I think that is it for another episode.
Episode 4
Episode 4
is a wrap.
Done and dusted.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure spending the evening with you as always.
Yes, we've got one more thing though, haven't we? One more little thing, just to let you know that we are getting in the car again and we are driving around the country playing gigs to people. So
This is rather exciting. We actually have a tour in the autumn, which hopefully isn't going to be cancelled or postponed. We think it's looking okay, as much as you can say anything is looking okay these days.
yes, so I've put together a little flying map for you to demonstrate exactly where we're coming. If you find the whole flying map thing a little bit nauseating, feel free to turn off now. And you can go to ninebarrow.co.uk/gigs.
Don't turn off now. Watch it. He spent a lot of time. He spent a lot of time on this flying map thing.
It's too long.
Too long. But we got gigs everywhere between Devon and York, I think. So there's something not too far from anybody.
We hope to see you at one of them or more of them.
If you're feeling ready to return to live music, it'd be lovely to see you. If you're not feeling quite ready, well, don't worry. We've got more live streaming coming up before the end of the year.
You certainly do.
Yeah, we won't talk about that now, but you'll get an email from us, I'm certain, if you're on the mailing list. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you again soon.
Oh, the prickly bush, it breaks my heart full sore. And if ever I get out of this prickly bush, I never will get in it anymore. Oh, hangman, stay your hand, or stay it for a while, for I think I see my mother coming over yonder stile. Oh, mother, have you bore me gold or silver to set me free, for to save my body from the cold, cold ground and my neck from the gallows tree? Oh, no, I haven't brought you gold or silver to set you free, for to save your body from the cold, cold ground and your neck from the gallows tree. Oh, the prickly bush, it breaks my heart full sore. Oh, and if ever I get out of this prickly bush, I never will get in it anymore. And if ever I get out of this prickly bush, I never will get in it anymore. Oh, hangman, stay your hand, oh, stay it for a while, for I think I see my sister coming over yonder stile. Oh, sister, have you brought me gold or silver to set me free, for to save my body from the cold, cold ground and my neck from the gallows tree? Oh, no, I haven't brought you gold or silver to set you free, for to save your body from the cold, cold ground and your neck from the gallows tree. Oh, the prickly bush, it breaks my heart full sore. Oh, and if ever I get out of this prickly bush, I never will get in it anymore. And if ever I get out of this prickly bush, I never will get in it anymore. Oh, hangman, stay your hand, or stay it for a while, for I think I see my own true love coming over yonder stile. Oh, true love, have you brought me gold or silver to set me free, for to save my body from the gold bound and my neck from the gallows tree? Oh yes, I have brought you gold and silver to set you free, or to save your...
We really hope you enjoyed watching this episode of Ninebarrow Wandering Minstrels.
Creating these shows is a real labour of love for us.
And every episode takes well over a week to create.
First, there's writing the script.
Then there's a pre-shoot location visit to check out where we're going to film, when we usually capture some of the drone footage.
Then we rehearse.
And then we lug all of our gear out on location at sunrise and begin the hard work.
3 cameras, 1 drone, mobile lighting rigs, field audio recording equipment.
Instruments, a battery generator, the list goes on.
And then when we're done on location, we bring home about 200 gigabytes of footage which John then gets to work on in the editing suite.
And during the couple of days it takes to edit the show together, we usually hook up with some other folky bods to record an interview to include as well.
Every episode takes somewhere between 60 and 70 hours to create, and we love every single minute of it.
If you've enjoyed this episode and you'd like us to continue sharing more stories, music, natural history and folklore, we'd be so grateful if you'd consider making a broadcast donation.
Or you can also support us by visiting our online shop. Every single item in it, from CDs to t-shirts, from framed prints to tea towels, they've all been designed with love and care by, well, us here at Ninebarrow HQ.
Help support us to keep bringing you new adventures and get something beautiful in return.
Because of you, we can keep investing the time and money needed to create episodes like the one you just watched and keep them free to air for everyone to enjoy.
Thank you so much for your support.